freedom. What is freedom? Do we have it? Are we free in our lives? Is our spirit free to experience life as who we truly are? Do we move through our lives really experiencing life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness? The founder of Science of Mind, Dr. Ernest Holmes, tells us the divine plan is one of freedom. The inherent nature of man is ever seeking to express itself in terms of freedom. Because freedom is the birthright of every living soul. So we want to experience life with a capital L, God, the ever-present flow of creative energy within us. Our living is an embodiment of that life. It is impossible that we could live apart from life itself. All the qualities of that presence dwell within each and every one of us. This infinite life around and within you. This life that is already fully expressed and complete. This essence of spirit is always present, always loving you unconditionally through everything you do, everything you say, and everything you think. So now I invite you to open even more fully to that infinite life within you. Because where this spirit is, there is liberty. The condition in which an individual has the ability to act according to his or her own will. How do we know when we're acting according to our own will? Whose will is running the show in your life? Is it you as a loving, present expression of God, which we know is the truth of who we are? Or are you acting according to old fears, hurts, or resentments from your past that now affect how you interact with yourself or others? What struggles have made you as strong as you are today? And are you ready and willing to let go of the limiting thought patterns and habits related to those past struggles? Every morning we get to wake up to life shouting, "Here I am, a new day." We can't be fully present in each moment if we drag the old stuff, old limiting, negative attitudes and behavior patterns along with us. Do we really want to experience life as a rehash, a rerun, a reprint of old beliefs or attitudes? Listen to your own conversations. Do you like what you hear? My first Science of Mind teacher used to say, we can learn to dwell on the wonders of life instead of the blunders of life. So focusing on the blunders traps emotions and stops the very emotion of life, the flow of life. Emotion, to emote, to have that open flow within us. Buddha said, the secret of health for both mind and body is not to mourn for the past, not to worry about the future, or not to anticipate troubles, but to live in the present moment wisely and earnestly. So liberty is using our own free will to release us from the past experiences and thoughts that have kept us in bondage and constricted that flow of life. We know that God can do for us only what it does through us. So let's clear the way within for God to work through us as we live a life of joy in each new moment. And that brings us to the title of this morning's talk, The Pursuit of Happiness. So let me just begin by saying that The pursuit of happiness is really kind of a silly phrase, because if we pursue happiness, we'll never find it. Happiness is an inside job. We don't need to be pursuing or looking for it out there. We don't need to try and change things out there to find happiness. We learn in this teaching that our experience of out there changes when we change. Are we updating our thinking? Are we improving our reactions, our attitudes, our beliefs? Have we changed one belief lately? Emerson said, if you believe today what you believed yesterday, you're not growing. I'm sure you've heard the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. What thoughts are you thinking over and over? Are they thoughts that create a happy experience in your life? You know you can consciously choose to change those thoughts. The world responds to you by corresponding to your thoughts. It becomes to you what you are to it. It outpictures your consciousness and can only change when your consciousness changes. Things, situations, and events do not happen. They are caused, and your state of mind is a field of causation. Abraham Lincoln once said that most folks are about as happy as they make up their minds to be. The good news is that we can decide to be happy. Happiness is not something that happens to you. It's something you choose. Raymond Charles Barker, one of my favorite practitioners, said, the most important thing to do daily is to remember that God wants you to be happy. And state this out loud. Happiness is yours now. He also tells us that already in your mind are the right ideas, seeking your right thinking to become cause to your inner and outer happiness. So right thinking, it's not right like in right or wrong, but right as in aligned with our divine self. Know yourself as the great spiritual potential of happiness. God's work in you, as you, has been completely accomplished already. You just need to recognize it within yourself and practice its ideas. So are your thoughts aligned with right thinking so those divine ideas can flow through you? Remember Eeyore? He was the donkey character in Winnie the Pooh stories. And he was always gloom and doom. Sure, the sun is shining now, but it'll probably rain later. Sure, they're nice to me now, but they're probably talking behind my back after I leave. No matter what, Eeyore could always find the downside to every situation. And of course, he's an exaggeration, but to what extent do we walk around with Eeyore kinds of thoughts, even when they're subtle? We've heard the saying, you can complain because roses have thorns, or you can rejoice because thorns have roses. Let's choose to rejoice. Helen Keller once said, no pessimist ever discovered the secret of the stars, or sailed an uncharted land, or opened a new doorway for the human spirit. And then there's good old Charlie Brown, even practiced what he called his depressed stance. He said, when you're depressed, it makes a lot of difference how you stand. The worst thing you can do is straighten up and hold your head high, because then you'll start to feel better. If you're going to get any joy out of being depressed, you got to stand like this. Unhappy people sometimes just don't see themselves correctly. Their disturbed emotions distort their reasoning capacity. They want to change events or situations or conditions and people in their world. But happiness is genuine satisfaction with your present experience, whatever it may be. The only tools that you have in life are your mind and your emotions. How can you use them to gain true happiness? We can use our mind to make a conscious decision and use our emotions to feel into that decision, to bring it forward as an experience into our lives. So here's a tool for creating the happiness state of mind. And I invite you to say it, repeating after me, and say it out loud. I have decided to be happy. I have decided to be happy. I have a right to be happy. I now use my mind and emotions to choose happiness. I use my mind and emotions to choose happiness. Now, let's do that again, because we don't have to be so somber in claiming our happiness. Let's have fun with it. I have decided to be happy. I have a right to be happy. Woo-hoo! I now use my mind and emotions to choose happiness. I now use my mind and emotions to choose happiness. That feel better? I love the idea that laughter is the local use of the infinite joy within us. Jean Houston once said that at the height of laughter, the universe is flung into a kaleidoscope of new possibilities. So when we use our emotions to really put energy into the words we're saying, the thoughts we're having, that's when everything is flung open to new possibilities. Let God have fun being you as you claim your happiness. Bring the emotion into it. And remember that jumping for joy is really good exercise. Part of choosing to be happy means that we are choosing it in this moment, no matter what the current circumstances in our life might be. Maybe you're spending all your time on the someday aisle. Someday I'll be out of debt, then I'll be happy. Someday I'll meet the right man or woman, then I'll be happy. Someday I'll get all my files and piles organized, then I'll be happy. Someday I'll have time to paint or sew or garden, then I'll be happy. Someday I'll write that letter of apology, then I'll be happy. That kind of someday talk ends up being the proverbial carrot dangling in front of your nose that you never quite seem to reach. Someday. So many of us are just a little step behind our good, just a tad behind our joy, just a touch behind our happiness. It seems like we're on the verge of something amazing, but something or someone always holds us back. The only thing that holds us back is an idea, a single thought. All we need to know about any problem we have, including going off to someday aisle, is that we are only one thought away from feeling better. One thought away from being happy. Happiness means accepting what is right here and right now. And from here, we expand into the infinite possibilities. We open to the divine ideas that are always being offered. We see solutions, a clear path to the next step of action. Dr. Holmes said, Spirit is happy, whole, free, filled with joy, eternal in its existence, and can provide you with everlasting expansion. All your highest hopes and dreams have come from it. The echo of its being is in your intellect. The voice of its unspoken word is in your mind. The feelings of its light and life is in your heart. The emotion of its imagination is in your soul. So God can only give us only what we take. And since the taking is a mental act, we can take only what we believe we already have. The giving is always happening. Reverend Stephanie last week and week before talked about allowing. This is all about us allowing, because the giving is always being given. You already have access to the unlimited resources of the universe. The infinite wisdom of Spirit is already whispering the next great idea in your ear. What is it saying? Where is it leading you? What would you truly love to do, but have been putting it off on the someday aisle? Whether big or small, what makes your heart sing? Howard Thurman, an American theologian in the early 1900s, said, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. Because what the world needs is people who come alive." Does anyone ever watch America's Got Talent on TV? It's basically a national talent show with judges and people from all over to pursue their happiness. There's tears of joy when they're put through to the next round. There's tears of heartbreak when they're eliminated. There's men and women and children and, of course, singing and dancing and juggling, but also things like magic acts and aerial acrobatics and ventriloquists. And these are in the final 50, narrowed down from hundreds of thousands who auditioned. The acts are totally unique, and some are pretty out there, but you know in their hearts they feel they're born to do this. Or maybe they've already been doing it since they were a child, and it's always kind of been in the background of their life while they met society's expectations. I must admit, I love watching them perform, to feel their passion, their excitement, their pure joy and authentic happiness from doing something they love. Of course, they want to win the prize and have a show in Vegas or whatever, but they're going for it through something they love, something that truly makes them happy. And I love that they're going for it in such a huge way. Often people attempt to live their lives backwards. They try to have more things or more money in order to do more of what they want so that they'll be happy. The way it actually works is in reverse. You must first be who you really are. Do what you love to do, and do what you need to do in order to have what you want. The happiness is already there. Mahatma Gandhi said that happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Dr. Holmes says, within us is the unborn possibility of limitless experiences. Ours is the privilege of giving birth to it. So if you observe a really happy person, you're going to find them building a boat or writing a symphony or playing with their kids or grandkids, growing vegetables in their garden, teaching. They will not be searching for happiness as if it were a button that popped off their coat and rolled underneath a car, looking for it, looking for it, looking for it. Happiness is not the goal itself. Becoming aware that everything you need to be happy in the course of living life is already within you, that's the goal. So let freedom ring. Let the divinity that is you, that is free and unencumbered by past experiences or old ideas, let that fullness of life, that happiness within, that joy of your soul ring out into the world from every center, from the very center of your being. The truth of who you are as a full and unique and perfectly complete expression of God. So I thought I would close with a treatment that was written by Raymond Charles Barker. And it's called Life Expects Me to Be Happy. All life is the activity of the divine consciousness. This life is the cause and the continuity of my being. I am the action of the life of God in all its fullness. The life of the Spirit is my source of all happiness. It has endowed me with its joy of living. In my consciousness is all I need to be happy, loving, and free. I know this to be mine, and I am happy. I enjoy my life today. I like being part of a universe which is forever changing, giving me new forms of happiness. I know my consciousness, spiritually quickened, is able to cast out all negatives. I now demand that my subconscious mind release all patterns which could in any way limit my happiness. This includes old, unhappy memories and present wrong beliefs about myself, people, and situations. Now I am free to be happy, loving, and to give happiness to others. My joy is complete, and I give thanks for it. I am happy in all situations and with loved ones and friends. I overcome all difficult situations quickly and without hurt. My joy springs forward quickly as I declare that I am happy and untouched by negatives. God is joy, and I am joyous. And so it is. Amen. So, changing hats. Now, we would like to thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this amazing community that is steeped in love, and for supporting this beautiful message of love that we share not only today but every week. Thank you for being with us on this journey of change and expansion and transformation that we're in the midst of. And thank you for your ongoing financial support to LEC. We couldn't do this without you. Your donations keep the doors opened and connects us to the world so we can stream online for those who are not here in person. It supports having an amazing spiritual minister in Reverend Stephanie. And best of all, your support helps share our message of love. We are so blessed, and we are so grateful. And so this is an opportunity for you to express your gratitude too. And there's a number of ways to send in your financial offerings. If you are already on Facebook, you can donate on facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center. You can donate on LEC website, lecflint.com, through, there's a donate button on the website. You can donate through PayPal, and our PayPal email address is lec2512@gmail.com. And you can also mail a check to Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321-294, Flint, Michigan, 48532. And for those of you here in person, Janice will be coming around with the offering plate, and we invite you to participate that way. So gratitude receiver, let's roll with that. And now we're the song In This Very Room, sung by Marcia Allen and followed by the gratitude prayer.